Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live the beautiful, awesome life that awaits you. We are in a challenging time. Well, has there ever not been a challenging time on this planet? This is especially challenging because we are transitioning and we have a lot of choices because we're really awakened. We have information now. I know you do. By the way, I just got up. I hope I don't have like stuff all over my face. We're giving a lot of choices, and when you're awakened and you know things, then you have the responsibility to make a decision about how you're going to conduct your life. And that's not easy because you're going to have to break away from what's acceptable in the dense world. So that means you're going to be thinking different things. You'll be thinking different than other people, and acting different, and breaking away from things, and making choices that take you away from the conventional way of working and living and thinking and playing and everything else. And it's going to take work for you to pull away from the tradition, but you know deep down it's not making you happy, right? It's sort of a never-ending journey to, or I should say never-ending battle for happiness that never seems to stick very long. And that's because that doesn't work. We're seeking that in a world that can't possibly give it that to us, because that is, everything is, temporary that we see. It's not real. It's not real in the way we think it is. We think this is real. We are more space than we are particle. And I got to be honest with you, I don't believe that there is anything such as anything solid. I really don't. I think if you take a particle, what's a particle made of? More space. And if you break it up, and break it up and break it up and break it up, when does it become nothing? Right? It's infinite. We're infinite. The child Ku decides he's going to be playing with noisy things now because I'm talking to you. So let's get back to your perception of the world and what's happening right now. The veil's being pulled off. And now you know that you have to change things. You have to be okay with that. So I'm going to share something with you that I can't tell you everything because it's so disturbing. It's so disturbing, it will probably bother you that I had this dream. And I want to share this with you because some of you may be experiencing this. I don't know what's going on right now, but there are a lot of low frequencies going on right now. Oh my God. There are a lot of low frequencies going on out there, and you may be picking up on them. And as you're transitioning, I want you to think of this. When your body is, let's say, vulnerable, when you're worn down, maybe you're stressed out or you haven't been getting enough sleep or not eating right, your body's whole chemical balance is off whack, right? And that's when some things can take over, and that's what causes disease or viruses or whatever, is that immune system, that immunity is weakened. And so there's an opening for other things to come in. Are viruses evil or bad? Is illness bad? Are diseases bad? No, they just are, and they're just taking the opportunity to flourish, just like we want to flourish, right? So there's neither good nor bad. So viruses and illnesses and stuff just, of course, are taking over because the positive things that keep you healthy are not in charge anymore. They're being decimated or by choice, because you're doing it, right? And so the other ones are just taking control. It's like, oh, okay, well, we're going to take charge because that's what we do. We eat this or we do that. So if there's more food available, we'll eat it. It's just an imbalance. It's just something taking over where something leaves off. And when you charge that up and you make it strong, then it balances again. Those things are always there, by the way. They just learn to live in harmony. Our world is no different. There are negative and positive charges out there. And when they're in balance, that's when things happen that appear to be negative or positive, according to what we name them, right? So when there's an imbalance and you see the negativity taking over, know that the positive has to be charged. That means you as an individual have to get that frequency up. You've got to get that frequency up, that vibration. It is charging the energy of which we all share, and it will balance out, and those things will not be taking over, the disease or the whatever it is. You know, I'm talking about the negativity in the world. You know, the things that cause the challenges. We balance it out, and somehow they live in harmony together, because there are some benefits to those negative charges. Without these challenges, we would not have the growth. I want you to stop thinking about all of these apparent negative experiences as bad. We're always fighting it, and it actually weakens our spiritual immune system, because we think of it as negative and bad. It shouldn't be happening. We become sad about it. We don't want to be here. I can relate to that, by the way. No matter how great it is, it's still a struggle to be in this world. It is. It's a challenge. It doesn't have to be a struggle, I should say. So I want to share something with you, because I want you to understand that there is no good or bad. There's just experiences, and some of them don't feel good as a human being, because we have beliefs and fears embedded in us that make us freak out about this stuff. You're fearful. If you don't have fear and something negative is in the room, you wouldn't react. You wouldn't have those struggles or feelings of, you'd be going, okay, it's in the room, big deal, right? It's our beliefs and our fears that are embedded that make us react that way, and that weakens our spiritual immune system. That message is constantly, I don't have faith, this thing can harm me because I don't have power over it, and that if it does harm me, that's a negative thing, and that I have no control over my life, my decisions, how I feel, and if that thing is allowed in my life or not. We don't take charge of whether these things are allowed in our life or not. And you have full control. And when things do come in, they are your opportunities. And look at them that way. And you can mitigate them. You can lessen them. So if you have a breakup, if you lose a job, if you have money issues, you can lessen it by looking at it in such a positive way, saying, okay, this is an opening for something huge. This is not the person I should be with. What do I need to learn? What did I do during that relationship? I probably did some stupid ass shit. Ooh, did I just swear? I wonder if that's going to be, I'm going to get banned off of, how much can you swear on YouTube before they let you go through? All right, so I was just getting a little emotional there. My apologies if you don't like swear words. I did it for emphasis. All right, so the bottom line is we do stupid AS. We do. All of us do. And then we look back and go, oh my gosh, don't beat yourself up. Learn from everything. I'm going through all this stuff. I made those decisions. I put myself in that situation. Now what am I going to learn from it? I don't want to be that person that acted that way. I don't want to be that person that, has no self-esteem. I don't want to be the person that allows myself to be abused because I don't think highly of myself. I'm done. I'm going to start knowing what I am and how powerful I am, and that all of these things are lessons for me to go to that place where I can connect to my true power. So I haven't gotten to the part where the darkness comes in. I have had darkness show up during my lucid dreams, which those are real, by the way. I have had negative energy show up and try to mess with me. They will. But you know why? Because when you go into that now, by the way, if you stay in here, don't think you're protecting yourself. That's actually worse. You're taking your energy down. If you push and I have you guys push your energy out, you're actually connecting to the higher frequencies and the probabilities, and you're empowering yourself. When you stay in here, me, you're thinking, and then you meditate about me, all you're doing is you're condensing and keeping yourself in that really material, self and disempowered world. When I have you meditate and push your energy out, you're connecting to everything you have power to access. Knowing it, feeling it, and you are empowered in a way that nothing can harm you. So what happens is, if you're opening yourself up, it's a good thing, because you'll probably experience this anyway, whether you do that or not. If you have dark energies, and when I say dark, I just mean lower frequencies. If they visit you at night, if you have the, can't move, something's holding you down, something's holding you, actually feel somebody, embracing you. If you're trying to get up and you can't, and something's in the room with you, sometimes in the bed, and you can actually hear them talking sometimes. So I had an energy that was trying to hold me down. And of course you can't speak in anything because you're asleep anyways. But I called in my troops, and I broke free. And this is in the dream, by the way. I couldn't get the lights on, and I just went into the bathroom and flipped the lights on, and there were a few of them in the room, and they said, "Whoa, she's pretty powerful." And that was the last time they ever visited me. By the way, I wasn't fearful at all at the time. I had no fear. I was just like, you are not going to mess with me. You're not allowed here. Bye-bye. Called in my higher energies, frequencies for help, broke free, and even if I couldn't get the lights on, so in other words, they were really playing with me. So I went into the bathroom. By the way, if you guys think I've lost it, wait till you experience this, and you're going to go, that was not a dream. That was a lower frequency trying to play with me. If you know what you are, never be afraid of that. That is not a bad thing. That's not bad. That's not bad. They're just bored out of their brains. They have nothing better to do. And if they see any opening at all, usually when you go to sleep, because you're open. And you want to stay, by the way, I was on a high frequency. It wasn't like anything negative was going on in my life. I was meditating, all the good stuff. Sometimes there's an opening. Don't judge that. That doesn't mean anything bad about you. It's how you handle it. That when you come through, you'll know where you are spiritually. So if something attacks you, I don't think it's an attack personally. It's a bad experience if you are afraid of it. When I woke up, it was not a bad experience for me. I was like, hoo. Don't mess with me, man. Don't waste your time with me. Because it's not going to happen. And they have not shown up since. And that would happen once in a while. I would have something show up. Sometimes it's really a little disturbing, but I'm never afraid of it. You call in your help. Call in your help. If you're Christian, you can call in Christ. I call, in the name of Christ, leave and ask for help. Call in your angels, whatever you need to do. It works because they cannot break your free will. Did you know that? They cannot mess with your free will. So if you call in and you command them to leave, and they might be a little persistent, because if you're fearful, the free will is telling them that you're actually afraid of them, and that you sort of are okay with them staying there, because you're not saying, don't enter my space. You're not allowed here. So the fear is part of you allowing them in. So even if you call them out, they may be a little bit persistence because you're sending out a negative energy that they're connecting to. That's fear. Get rid of that fear. Nothing can hurt you. Nothing can harm you. Nothing can ever harm you. Seriously. You're a Jedi. Remember Obi-Wan Kenobi? Boom. Where did he go? He disappeared. You know why? Because nothing could touch him. Nothing could. He became more powerful on the other side. So he didn't have to deal with the world anymore. So, nothing can harm you. Don't be afraid of anything. Death, welcome it. You're not going anywhere, by the way. So quit fearing all that stuff. All right. I know. Get on with it, right? I'm sharing this all with you because I want you to know that there's going to be stuff coming in right now. I'm feeling it. I don't know what's going on. I don't have an explanation for this, but I'm going to tell you right now. Last August, I experienced this when we were going into some kind of a transition, and there was a lot of, people were feeling a lot of negative stuff. They just felt uneasy. I was feeling it too. And then in the fall, boom, huge breakthrough up until now, and I'm feeling something very, very strange going on right now. And I don't know what it is, but I think it's another transition, this split. You get to make a choice. I had a dream that was so disturbing I can't even tell you it. I can't share it with you. It would bother you terribly if I told you the dream. In the dream, there was no fear through the entire dream, no matter how bad it got. And it was really bad, really, really bad stuff. At no point was I ever fearful, upset, remorseful, angry, sad, none of the above. I just experienced things. What I want you to know is I want you to understand that some of the things that we interpret as negative or negative signs are not that at all. They're just experiences for us to really try to understand who we are and what our choices are. Okay, let me give you an example. So I say this all the time. You know, people get the death card and the tarot cards are like, oh! The death card is a positive card of change. It's something is going to die off, maybe a way, a relationship, a job that's going to take you to something new and beautiful. Yet as human beings, we view that as negative. We see the Grim Reaper, whatever, and then we freak out. Sometimes you'll experience negative things. That is part of transition. And what is happening at that point is, how are you handling it? Are you going into it with fear? Are you reacting with fear? If you are, you've got some spiritual work to do. Fear is lack of faith. You don't think you're going to be okay. You don't think you have power. You don't realize what you are. We have got to eliminate the fear. This whole channel is about fear. Breaking through it. It's not going to go away. You don't have to act on it. So if you have the negative dreams, if you have the dark entities holding you down and you can't move or speak or whatever, you just call in your peeps. All right? And you command that it leave. And by the way, you can sage your house, white sage. If you feel like there's some negativity from other people that have come in or whatever, it's okay. Just sage it. Sage it and keep doing that and keep calling in your protection. Surround yourself with light. Ask for help. They will come in. You have free will. They will not interfere unless you call them in. Call in your protectors and say, all the higher energies, all the higher entities that are working on my behalf for my best and highest good, I'm calling you in right now for guidance, for protection. So if you're experiencing what I'm experiencing right now, and this is January, end of January, almost February 2018, you may be feeling some stuff that you don't understand because you're doing all the right things, right? You're meditating, you're being positive, you get up every day, you keep going after it, you're trying to be your best, you know, you're changing your thoughts, you're choosing higher actions and beliefs and thinking, you're opening up your mind, you're getting rid of all the things you were told how things operate, you're throwing it out because that's not true. Anything you want is true, and you are living in parallel universes at all times. So I want you to know that nothing you experience is bad or negative. You could be awakened and still be feeling this. You could have the most disturbing dreams. I'm having disturbing dreams. That is so not like me. I go in and I actually call in to change it. But here's the deal. There are messages in there. And there's the one that last night I sat and thought, what the heck was that? So nobody can interpret your dreams like you can. If you have those disturbing dreams, if you have disturbing things going on in your daytime, sit down and ask yourself if you're doing all the right things, you're not being a jerk, you're not judging somebody, or that shouldn't happen, this and that. You're saying, okay, I'm going to send light and love and healing to all these people. You don't have to interact with them. Why is this happening? What should I learn from this? Is this another test for me to see if I'm truly where I think I am? That's when you get tested and you can take it to the next level. So what is that darkness? It's not negative. It's a lower frequency. And you're thinking, why is it showing up in the real world or in my dreams or whatever? Why is it showing up? Am I connecting negativity? Not necessarily. We're splitting right now. So you may get a chance to get messages and opportunities to what is that? I can learn from that or view it, see it in a different way. Maybe opportunities to say, okay, that's a world that I don't want to participate in anymore. Or why are these things opportunities for me to handle situations differently? Opportunities for me to have that, what would have been a scary dream many years ago, now is me putting the boundaries up. Saying, I'm not going to allow that in. Don't mess with me. You're not allowed. By the way, you know what happens when darkness has no place to go anymore? It has to go up. So if there's nobody that it can disturb and it's messing with me and I'm more powerful than it is and I'm commanding that it go away because I have free will to do that and I'm on a higher frequency, where's it going to go? If it goes to you and you're on a higher frequency and you don't allow it in, and it goes here and here and it has no place to go, guess what? We're going to all go back home. Boom. This is the power of you raising your frequency, of handling every situation as an opportunity of it's not anything negative happening to you. It's the consequences of the choices that you made before this moment. All these things that you've done, these relationships, these jobs you chose, these situations you chose them. Those were growth opportunities. This is all good stuff. It's all good. How do you evolve unless you go into the darkness? We've been in the darkness, all of us. We experienced it because that's what we came here to do, and we've pulled out. We've pulled out, and some of them us are going way up, but we're still in this world. We have to deal with it. So look at that and say, wow, I have an opportunity to handle this with integrity and love and compassion, and know that that's no longer a world that I connect to. And I'm going to be my absolute best, kindest person. You're going through a divorce? I didn't even get an attorney. Didn't need one. If I lost all the material world, it wouldn't have mattered to me. Why? Because I knew that wasn't my happiness, and I knew that there was nothing I was going to need or want for. And I didn't want to get into that argument. I'm not telling you not to get an attorney, by the way. The point is when you're in that place where you're in control and you have power, you will always be taken care of. When you're experiencing anything negative right now, including some low energy feelings, it's okay. Experience it. Don't react to it. Don't think that you're in a bad place. If you're doing all of the right things, what are the right things? You know what that is. Your intuition will tell you when you're doing the right things. Feeling love, compassion, no more judgment. So don't be afraid if you're going through this. I am, and I don't know what it is. I can't tell you other than it's another transition period, and it's an opportunity for us to know that we're just going to have to hang in there and do our best. We're going to have to continue on this path. And this is the challenge here is are you going to stick to your mission to raise your frequency? Or are you going to cave and feel sorry for yourself and think you're doing something wrong, I want you to never quit. I want you to stay in that space and continue. You keep meditating. I don't care if you sit there and it doesn't feel good. You keep meditating and change those thoughts and change those thoughts. This is your choice. This is the challenge. And it may be, what if it's the dark side really putting up a fight right now? And you're not really feeling all that bad, but you're not feeling real great. You're having some disturbing dreams. It could be the dark side putting up a fight. Good luck. Not afraid. Doesn't bother me. Not afraid. Yeah. Because my frequency is going to keep going up and I'm going to keep working. And my mission is to, if I can reach one person and change them, this frequency is going to go up. And if you do the same thing, it starts with you, your frequency. Don't be afraid of the darkness. There is nothing bad. These are just experiences. They don't feel good as human beings. So let's not experience it anymore. Let's stop being afraid of it. Let's tell it it's not welcome. Let's bless it and send it on its way. You don't have to be friends with it. And you keep on that path. And before you go to bed, you call in your protection and say, send me messages, positive messages. And if you have a disturbing dream, look at the dream and say, what is that? I told you this before. There's going to be a lot of sludge coming up to the surface right now. We're going to have to clear it off. Coming up, clear it off. So don't cave, don't give in, don't think anything's wrong with you, don't think you're doing something wrong. If you are sticking to your highest, best self, if you're making good decisions, if you're letting go of the negativity, if you're staying on that path and doing your best, you are on your way to enlightenment. It's happening. So don't be afraid if something happens in here and you think, oh, I thought I was doing well. Maybe I'm a bad person. Maybe I'm not. No. It's the sludge. Don't be afraid of the sludge. All right? Maybe at some point I'll tell you the dream. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I love that I was not afraid or disturbed through the whole thing. I woke up and I didn't even feel bad when I woke up. And I went, that is probably the most disturbing dream I've ever had in my life, and I don't even feel bad. That's a great sign. So if you experience this and you don't go through the day with that bad feeling, know that you're releasing that energy. It has no control or power over you. All right, I know this was sort of a weird long video, but I think this is going on with a lot of you. And change right now, transition is happening that is going to challenge you. And it's the separation. Embrace it. Celebrate, my friends. Celebrate. Yay! Who wants to live in that old world? It hurts. It was painful. There was nothing fun about it. Well, there were a few fun things. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful beyond your imagination. You have the power of the universe in you. You are unlimited. You are loving, harmonious, and happy. You can do anything, manifest anything you want. Do it from a good place, from a place of joy and not of the ego. And if you do that, that's okay too. There are lessons to be learned. I think you're done with those though, aren't you? Namaste.